Here in the United States, the word crisis is thrown around way too much. Everything's a crisis. All politicians say everything is a crisis. It comes up every day. I don't use that term then lightly. Is it wrong to call what's happening in continental Europe and UK a crisis?
No, we thought we had a crisis last winter on the energy crunch in Europe, and then we have the Ukraine war. So it's just a crisis with bigger letters than what we saw last winter. And now that we see gas prices peaking again, gas prices are volatile. They go up and down, but we have never seen gas prices like this during the summer. Normally, that's the kind of low season. Now prices are peaking almost as high as the historic peak during the worst winters we have had in Europe. So this is a crisis, but maybe the crisis is anticipated by the market, because the real crisis for ordinary people and for politicians will come over the winter if we are not able to fill the gas storage, and the gas storage actually gets empty during the winter. You can have absolutely a crisis, political crisis.
Yeah.
And of course, people they don't accept to not be able to heat their houses. So the real crisis can come this winter. And then I think all historic crises on energy markets will be dwarfed by the situation in Europe. So that is what we are afraid of, and that is what the markets are anticipating.
Yeah, and heat waves get all the media attention, but actually cold kills far more people globally and in the United States and in Europe than heat does. Heat gets the media attention, Per Magnus, but cold is far more dangerous. Is there a real risk of many people in the UK, continental Europe, simply being unable to afford or unable to get the power to heat their homes this winter? Because that would be a humanitarian crisis as well.
Yeah, the swing power generation is gas. And if there is no gas available, then we have to prepare to have other power sources. It can be coal storage, but if we are really running out of gas over the winter for a couple of weeks, then we will run out of power. And that can have exactly the consequences you say, that the elderly people will get actually power interruption over days. So that is what we are afraid of, and that is why the storage has to fill now over the summer. And this heat that we are seeing now in July makes that we are not able to fill the storage as much as we should.
I know the world hates Vladimir Putin. It hates what he has done in Ukraine. It hates the damage and destruction he has borne on the Ukrainian people, and we want to see him punished. But all the data points to continued flows of Russian oil, Per Magnus, around the world, just not to Western Europe, maybe to India, and their revenues being about the same as they were before the war. Is there some solution, some elegant way out of this for Western Europe, absent a quick, let's hope, peaceful end to this foolish war in Ukraine? Is there any way out? Could Europe reverse the sanctions in some ways without having some sort of political backlash?
Yeah, first of all, it's important to understand that the oil market and gas market is quite different. The oil can actually be shipped to other parts of the world. 50% of all the world's crude oil is being shipped overseas. So Russian oil that used to go to Europe can go to Asia. And that is what is happening now. And actually, the Russian export has been much more resilient than we thought. Russian exports to Europe used to be 3.5 million barrels per day. Now it's down to 2.5. It will surely fall. But Indian imports of oil from Russia has increased almost up to 1 million barrels. So yes, this oil is finding other harbors because the Russian oil is discounted now by almost $40 as compared to the Brent. And of course, then refiners that are able to get the ships and get all the logistics, they can see just tremendous profits on one one cargo of Russian crude oil, $40 cheaper per barrel. That is a dream for refineries.